The darkness held the valley in a tight, cold grip until the first sliver of light broke the horizon. It did not arrive gradually. It struck the summit of Mount Fuji with the suddenness of a spark hitting dry tinder. The peak, previously lost in the ink-black sky, ignited in a violent wash of rose and deep, burning orange. Below the snow line, the slopes remained in shadow, but the light cascaded downward, carving the mountain's symmetrical cone out of the void. Every ridge and every frozen crevice caught the glow, transforming the silent giant into a beacon of raw, primordial energy. This was not merely a mountain waking. It was a monument asserting its presence over the earth. The air around the summit seemed to vibrate as the sun climbed, pushing the remaining gloom into the deep ravines. The mountain stood absolute, a sentinel of stone and ice that had watched the world turn for millennia. It commanded the horizon, indifferent to the passage of time, holding its place as a living legend, carved into the very crust of the planet. As the light intensified, the sheer scale of the peak became impossible to ignore. The golden light did not stop at the slopes. It spilled downward, racing across the foothills until it struck the surface of Lake Kawaguchiko. The water, previously a flat sheet of obsidian, caught the fire of the sun and transformed. It became a perfect, inverted mirror. The mountain was no longer just a singular peak. It was now a twin, a shimmering double that occupied both the sky and the depths of the earth. Every gentle ripple that crossed the water distorted the image, stretching the reflection into long, liquid ribbons of color before pulling it back into focus. This was the moment the mountain ceased to be merely stone and ice. It became a canvas. For centuries, this exact interplay of light and water has drawn the gaze of those seeking something beyond the physical world. Artists sat by these shores, brushes poised, attempting to capture the way the mountain seemed to breathe through its reflection. Poets watched the ripples and saw the passage of time itself. The lake does not just hold the image of the peak, it holds the weight of the stories, the dreams, and the quiet contemplation of everyone who has ever stood on its banks. The mountain remains stoic, but in the water, it is fluid, changing, and deeply human. The focus shifts from the water to the earth, where the winding paths begin their climb. Figures appear on the lower slopes, small dots against the massive, gray expanse of the mountain. Some move with the quick, sharp rhythm of youth, while others pace themselves, leaning into the incline with every step. The path is not a gentle walk. It is a jagged ribbon of loose stone and packed dirt that demands total attention. Each footfall kicks up a fine, biting dust that hangs in the air. As the elevation increases, the atmosphere thins, turning every breath into a conscious, labor-intensive effort. The pilgrims stop, chests heaving, eyes fixed on the distant, snow-dusted ridges above. The mountain does not offer an easy path. It forces a confrontation with one's own limitations. There is a palpable tension here, a friction between the soft, fragile human form and the hard, unyielding stone. Some reach out to steady themselves against rock faces, feeling the cold, ancient texture beneath their palms. Others simply stand, heads bowed, listening to the wind that whistles through the narrow ravines. They are not merely climbing, they are shedding the weight of the world below, trading physical comfort for the promise of the summit. The mountain watches, impassive, as they push forward, their persistence a silent challenge to the sheer vertical scale of the terrain. The air temperature dropped, and the clear visibility of the lower slopes vanished in seconds. Wisps of white vapor curled around the jagged ridges, thickening into a dense swirling veil that swallowed the path ahead. The clouds did not drift, they hunted. They moved with a predatory grace, lashing against the rock faces and obscuring the summit in a chaotic, shifting dance. One moment, the peak stood sharp and imposing against the blue. The next, it was gone, erased by a wall of gray mist. The silence of the mountain was replaced by the low, rhythmic hiss of wind tearing through narrow crevices. This was not merely weather, it was a barrier. The mountain seemed to pull these veils tight, hiding its deepest truths from those who dared to climb. Every time the mist parted, it revealed only a fraction of the grandeur. The pilgrims slowed, their movements becoming cautious, almost reverent, as they navigated the blind spots. The mountain remained impassive. The summit remained an elusive, half-remembered dream, guarded by the very sky that once promised clarity, now holding the secrets of the ages locked within its swirling, impenetrable grip. The wind died down as the sun dipped below the horizon. The aggressive, swirling clouds that had guarded the summit throughout the day began to thin. The world below settled into a profound, breathless stillness, watching the mountain hold its final, eternal vigil in the dark.